A church goes no higher than its level of praise and its level of worship. There's no other department in the church. If you ask any leader, ask any pastor, there's no other arena that the devil fights more stronger than the area of worship. And that's why if people who are leading worship or people who are playing musical instruments in the house of God, if they don't have the vision of the man of God, they cannot take you to the place in the spirit where his vision exists. And so what happens is there is often a division with leadership and people who lead worship. Often because the spirit of America lets us really become more prone to entertaining as opposed to worshiping. It is very easy to find people of talent. And I'm learning this. It's very easy to find people who are talented. It's very, very easy. But it's very hard to find people who are pure and who are anointed to play, because the secret of it is you play from where you're at. And so when there's no flow of God in your life, then when you worship, there is no flow and there is no stream. So that's the reason why at times when a man of God is ministering, if he is genuinely sensitive, he can only minister out of the atmosphere that was created through the worship. So your worship level determines the level of revelation. Now there are times in certain churches, in certain areas, where if you notice, some places their praise is better than their worship. Have you noticed that? There's some churches, their praise is really good. They can really hit the mark with praise. But when it comes to worship, talk to me somebody, it's a different level. And you have to discern when the spirit of praise is lifting off the congregation. Because when the spirit of praise lifts off the congregation, if you keep pushing them into praise, you've not understood that the king is present. When the king is present, you move from praise to worship. And so we have to discern that a church always, I've always, no matter how good the church is, but when the church is going to cross over into the next dimension or into the next level, however you want to term it or whatever you're believing for, you always find out the resistance is always in the level, is always at the position of praise and worship.